It's just been like consistent, like 10K above months.
Downloaded it, I checked the date, July of 2021, and then I left my job in September of 2021.
Since then, I've sold websites, I've pivoted my business. I'm no longer doing social media management.
This one has been like 2,800, and now I just raised them to 3,500.
What has been like your highest month?
13K.
So grateful I came across you on TikTok because it has literally changed my life.
When you were designing on WordPress, were you charging way less? Like, what is that like?
Yeah, way less. I think my first WordPress was like $500.
$500 for a WordPress site versus like up to $5,000 for a show it site.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Today, I have a very special guest with me, but before we begin, my name is Willow. I'm the head coach here at Wealthy Web Designer alongside my wonderful wife, Becca Luna. Today, we have Charis from Torera Design Co. Welcome. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes. Well, like I was just saying right before we started this recording that I've heard your name for what I want to say is like 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited to finally put a face to the name. Can you walk me through how you got into web design and how you found Becca and what these last couple of years have looked like?
Yeah. Well, hello podcast. I'm Charis. I found Becca, I want to say in like 2022, maybe
Okay.
2023, like so long ago. I graduated from college at 19, and after I graduated, I started working literally my 9 to 5 like 2 days later. And I remember just like going to work, coming back, and like twiddling my thumbs. Like I was like, I have nothing to do. I don't know what's going on. So I was like, I should like try to learn a skill or something. And so I picked up UX UI design. I took like a random like Google course. And somehow through that and like just being on Instagram, I found Becca and I was like, "Oh, this girl sounds amazing. I want to be doing what she's doing." And I think y'all were running a promo at the time for CO of Show It. And I was like, okay, UX UI, like web design, kind of the same thing, sort of. And so I took the promo, and I remember doing it so like nervously. I remember like the investment felt so like it wasn't even a lot, I think, at the time, but it felt like oh my gosh, like what am I doing? And I took it and I ran with it, and here we are, which is kind of crazy. And then since then I've taken Wealthy Web, I took Design Your Day Rate. I've been like a part of the Becca Luna circle for some time now, and yeah, it's been crazy how like one teeny tiny investment can lead to like literally owning your own design studio.
Literally. That
Literally.
is incredible. And it's so funny that you bring it up because I think that I had read that you had invested $97 or $99 into
Yeah,
Sea of
it
Shown
was
at the
like,
beginning.
yeah. And I remember doing that and it feeling like, hey, like it's $100 and that's a lot of money, but like if it doesn't work out, like that's fine. And like I couldn't even do the math, like a bajillion times X investment.
That is, I mean, that's literally the best case scenario when you buy any course or any
Yeah.
like information-based investment. And I think it's funny, like to even just dig into that a little bit because while you are investing, you're just like buying a course from some girl on the internet. The outcome is way bigger than just going through a course. Like
Yeah.
it's like you get nervous because it's like if it works, I'm like kind of changing my life.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That was exactly what was going through my head. I was like, if this works, like this could be really cool and really great and like a really cool new avenue for me. And if it doesn't, I literally remember thinking, if it doesn't work out, at least I learned something new. That was like
100%.
my thought process. I was like, if it works, amazing. If it doesn't, at least I learned something new, you know? So
Yes, I love it. So walk me through from at that point, did you launch your business right away? Did you sit on it a little bit? What was that like and the actual like going through the programs to then starting to take action?
yeah, so I remember I got CEO of Show It and I started practicing. And then I think I got Wealthy Web Designer not too long after that. And I started going through the first couple things where she was like, get your LLC, get all that stuff. So I did all of that. And I would say for the first year, because I only launched in 2024. So I want to say for the first year, I just like practiced and I would post. Like I had my Instagram set up And I would just post, and I would just practice. I would spend every Saturday, literally every Saturday, morning till sundown, just designing random websites, the first things I could think of type of thing, and just keep going. And then I would post all of that work. And so that's kind of how I started. And then when it came to launch day, designed my own website. It was trash. I was looking at it the other day. I was like, gosh, this is bad. At the time I thought it was good compared to now. It was trash.
Yeah.
But I designed my first website, and then when I launched, because I was doing all of that like posting and stuff like that, and because I had all those like templates that I could show people, like, hey, like this is what I can do, I was able to book out like pretty soon after that. So yeah, it
Very
definitely
sick.
took some time of like preparation, which I would recommend, like take some time to prepare. But once I hit the ground running, I just sped off from there. Yeah.
I feel like you followed even like what my typical recommendation is of like following or like creating content and creating anything that you can to build up hype prior to the launch so that when you launch, it's not like the first post out the gates and you've kind
Exactly.
of built up a little bit of a community.
Exactly. Yeah. I think I launched to 100 followers, like
Nice.
literally 100 at the dot. And so it's not like I had like a huge following, but I had people. It wasn't
Yeah.
like there was no one. Yeah.
And so what kind of brands do you work with now in your studio?
Yeah, so I in the last like year and a half actually did a bit of a pivot into working with more e-commerce brands. And
Cool.
so I do a lot of fashion, I do a lot of CPGs like food and beverage brands, lifestyle brands, sports industry, like all those type of like e-commerce product-based brands, which I've been loving recently.
Awesome. And where are you finding them? Mostly on Instagram, or where are you finding your clients?
Yeah, so I get a lot of clients through Instagram, a lot of them through yeah, literally through Instagram or like referrals, like or they'll see a different client of mine and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, like cuz I always have my tag at the bottom." So they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, like I love what you did for so and so, like can you do the same?"
Hmm.
So that type of vibe, yeah.
I love that. And so, what does your business now look like? Do you have any team members? Are you working towards anything? What's the kind of high level overview of what the brand looks like?
Yeah, so as far as team members, I have a bookkeeper. I learned in my first tax season, bookkeeper is kind of like a non-negotiable. As soon as you can afford it, you should do it.
Yep.
This tax season will be a mess. And then I did have a junior designer for a little bit, but I've kind of restructured my offers and my studio a bit so that I can manage my capacity kind of on my own. But I definitely do think that like if it keeps going how it's going, I probably will need to rehire her. But
Totally.
right now, it's kind of just like me and my bookkeeper
Nice.
on the world.
That's a solid team. And what has been like what were you starting to charge of your websites at the beginning versus what are you charging now?
Oh my gosh. Makes me laugh. I remember when I first launched, I charged $1,000, and because it was February when I launched, and that's my birth month, and so I was like, oh, I'm doing like 20% off, because I'm turning 21 or something like that, and so I think I did them for like $800. I think
Okay.
I booked like three people. I know it's crazy because I offered one girl like a 10-month payment plan on $800. I
Love
was
that.
like, listen, I'm just doing my best. So that was the beginning. And then now I charge $6,000 for a website for
Boom.
like a full build. And then like mini sites are like 2,500. So
Amazing. That's a quite the jump from
yeah,
800
it
to
is.
6,000.
It is quite the jump for sure.
I love that. And so for a $6,000 website, is that like a five-page website or does it completely depend on the brand and how many SKUs they have if they're on ecom?
Yeah, so that's like pretty much like home product collection, contact, like mainly focusing on like home product. You get some apps because I do it on Shopify. And
Uh-huh.
so you get some apps built in. You get some more custom code. Like I'm a coder girly now. So like you get some custom coded little pieces and bits built in. So that one's like the full transformation. And then like
Cool.
my 2,500 sites are more so for like startups and like brands that are kind of just like just getting started, and that one's more just like homepage, product page, a little bit of customization here and there, template stuff here and there. So yeah,
Cool.
difference.
I'm curious. I think that you might be one of the first, if not the first, student interview that I've done that is now on Shopify.
Oh,
And we actually get a lot of questions from people that are either on Shopify or coming from Shopify. And I'm curious what your experience has been like using what you've learned from our programs
mhm.
in now your business on Shopify.
Yeah. I would say, to be honest, I would say because the tips and things that you learn in like Wealthy Web or like Design Your Day Rate or anything like that, those can be applied, I feel like, throughout any platform. I don't think it's like platform specific, super like platform specific. It's more about like this is how you build a web design business. So if you want to be on Squarespace or whatever, like that's up to you. And so I would say just like learning how to run a business, learning how to market, learning how to get clients from Instagram, like the clients you're getting for Show It are still going to be on Instagram, just like the clients you're getting for Shopify are going to be on Instagram. So all of those things is different. Of course, it is a different platform, so you do have to like learn the platform. But as far as like how to run the your own agency or your own design studio, all of that's the same.
Totally.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. Do you remember any specific like big takeaways or light bulb moments going through any of the programs?
Oh, let me think. Honestly, so I remember taking Design Your Day Rate, and at the time, I found it really confusing. Like I found it really hard to like figure out. And I just now just um like I just now started offering day rate kind of or design days, I call them, like this year. They've been my most popular package like since. I do them a little bit differently than I think the course recommends, but it's because I'm on Shopify, so I do them a little bit differently. But they've been my most like popular. Now that I like know how to do it, I'm like, oh, I can make $1,000 in a day, like a single day. That's
100%.
insane. Like in my like job, it takes like a week and a half to make it.
Yeah.
It's insane. So yeah,
I
definitely that was kind of like a oh,
I
sick.
love that. And does your design day, is that just kind of like a full day of design, not tied to a specific like page amount of
Yeah.
deliverables and things like that?
Yeah, so that's why it's different. So mine's like you can do a web refresh, you can do a brand refresh, you can do like a one pager design and
Yeah.
you book like 8 hours or 4 hours. So it's not necessarily hourly, it's still like a package,
Uh-huh.
but it's not so much like a whole website in one day.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Do you ever try and sell those to all of your past clients that did full sites?
I haven't, but I probably should, right?
Yeah,
Like
we
I
we
should.
actually do that where we like our website in a day is our primary offer, and then we have a half day available that's really just marketed like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And we will have like a follow-up email that goes out to all of our website in a day people at 3 and 6 months after their site goes live, trying to sell a half day. And a lot of people use the half day for us pretty much in the exact way that you're selling your day rate.
Yeah.
And a lot of people 3 or 6 months out are like, yeah, I'd love to refresh like these couple of things on my product pages or things like that.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. I should definitely look into that. I have had a couple clients come back and be like, "Hey, can you help me like update this or update that?" So I think that'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. So what do you feel like you're working towards now in your business?
Well, right now I'm definitely working towards hitting kind of those like higher months and also because I just kind of had my first five-figure month in Jan,
Love
which is
that.
kind of like oh, thank
Congratulations.
you. And so definitely kind of like, okay, let's replicate it. Let's keep going. And then also because I kind of switched over from Show It to Shopify, it's kind of like I had to switch over my audience. And so
Hmm.
rather than serving like service providers, I was like, okay, I need to start finding e-com clients. I need to start finding
Yeah,
brands, like that type of thing. So that type of switch has also been like a bit of a learning curve, but it's been really fun. And then also I've had the opportunity because of like doing web design stuff to work with brands on things like UGC and like content creation. So like that's now another aspect of the business that I'm growing. And now I have like my own little code shop. So there's little different like bits and pieces that are growing within.
I love that.
Yeah.
What was your high fi or what was your 5 figure month like in
It was
January?
You know what's crazy is that I actually didn't do much design work in January. So it's people booking in January, but like all their projects started like this month or next.
Yep.
So it's like I just made like I had a high revenue month, but I just didn't do a lot of work. But I hit 11.5, which was like
There we go.
super, super exciting. And so this month is definitely on track to also be like that. We just have to get some contract signed.
I love that. Congratulations. And so you are doing that and you're also working your 9 to 5?
Yes. So I work my 9 to 5, like mine literally from
9 to 5.
literally. And then I will come home and like eat dinner and just start grinding away on Torera design stuff. So
So
it's
Torera Designs
possible.
is like the 5 to 9.
Literally the 5 where it's more like 5 to 11, 30,
Okay.
5 to midnight. But if
And
anyone's watching this that has a full-time job, it's definitely possible, guys. Promise.
I love that. Do you have any tips for people that might be watching or listening that are in that 9 to 5 or in another job and are racking their brain as to how they can do both?
Yeah, I think my biggest tip is don't over promise your capacity. Like if you can only take on 3 clients a month, like take on 3 clients a month. Like no one's forcing you to do more. Also like you do need to kind of have a really good system of how you design, which I think like for the girlies who are on Show It, like what y'all do with like the templates and stuff like that, like the library, I think
Yeah.
you're working a 9 to 5, that's probably your best bet because then you
Yeah.
can do that. You can design really fast, which was what I would recommend. And then also like give yourself breaks. Like I burnt out my first year because it was really hard. And so allow yourself to take breaks to be like, okay, like I'm not gonna do any business work today. I did my job. That was enough for today. I can
Totally.
go into it tomorrow. So yeah, just take care of yourself and just know like you're running your business your way. Like you don't have to run a business any other person's way.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for people that are just starting out and are kind of like in that, all right, I'm really intimidated phase. Is it all even real? Like how am I gonna do this?
Yes, you have to post. There is no getting around it. You have to post. You have to get yourself out there. You have to post work too. I've gotten a lot of people being like, I'm not getting any clients. And it's like, well, you're not posting any of your work. Like, as web designers, our work is half of our selling point. It's like the visuals that we can create. And so you need to post your work. You just have to actually. Like there's actually no other way around it. You have to
I
post your
fully
work.
agree.
You have to just get out there. And if you're uncomfortable with it, like practice. Like, but if you want this to be a career, 100%, you have to post your work.
Yeah, I completely agree. Did you have anything that you worked through that you might be able to give as a tip for like when you're feeling the fear of posting and being
Yeah.
seen,
Yeah.
what that's like?
Yeah, I think well, one, you have to remember that like everyone is also just posting their work as well. Like no one's on Instagram to like dissect you and be like, oh, like this girl posted this, like rah. Like nobody's doing that. Everyone's on Instagram to like promote themselves and market their own businesses. No one is there to like make fun of you and like target you. If anything, what I found is there are thousands of people who want to encourage you, who want to build community and connections and want to help each other and refer clients to each other and support each other. So if you're feeling nervous that like people are going to make fun of you or like people are going to see it, like what if they don't think it's good? Like trust me, more people are there to build you up than to bring you down. So you
I
got this.
love that. I love that. And so what are you doing now with the money that you're making?
Saving it.
Love that.
I am saving it. I got a car, like a new car, which was a blessing. So I'm trying to pay down my car. And other than that, I am saving all of it.
Nice.
So we
Good,
can
good.
eventually be in a different spot.
I love that. And where are you in the US?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Major city or
I live in Oklahoma, like middle of
nice. Love
nowhere.
that.
I wish I lived somewhere cool like LA or something. I live in
Hey, Oklahoma is sick. I've never been, but it sounds fun. Nice. Well, to round things out, I'm very proud of you. And
Thank
it's so
you.
cool to finally like do an interview with you and like hear more about your story. Our social media team is like always bringing up you, and so I love that you have stuck around and have been here from the start. And definitely keep on doing what you're doing, and let me know and let us know if there's anything that we can do to support you.
For sure, for sure. You guys are great. For sure. You guys are a great place, I think, for all the people, all the women who are just trying to make better life, better financial decisions. I feel like finding you guys was one of the best decisions
Oh,
ever.
well, thank you. And where can people find you or your brand if they're wanting to tune in and watch you as you grow?
Yeah, at Torera Designs on Instagram, at Torera Designs on TikTok, or toreradesigns.com is my website. I'm also on LinkedIn, Charis. You can find me there. I just started my LinkedIn, guys, so
Okay.
don't go too hard.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. And I'll link all of your stuff down below on our episode. But thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you so much. No,
Yes.
I'm excited to see you.
Amazing. Well, I will talk to you soon and can't wait to see you grow.
First. Bye, guys.
Awesome. Bye, guys.